I don't know about you, but I know that I've been carrying so much pain, unhealed pain, and old wounds and unlimiting beliefs into the future. I've been doing this year after year after year. But as we move into 2025, I've been working on letting go some of the pain, some of the old wounds, some of the things that need to be healed that I've been carrying with me in some cases for decades that have been weighing me down, and I don't want to carry them forward with me going into 2025. So in this video, I want to share with you a letting go ritual or ceremony that you can do to help you let go of any pain, limiting beliefs, or any things that are holding you back and weighing you down that are going to prevent you or get in the way of calling in the things that you do want for this next chapter heading into the new year. Hello and welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Krista. I'm a coach, I'm a content creator, and the Slow Creative, this channel here on YouTube, is where I share all things to help guide you into cultivating and building a slow, intentional, creative life and business that aligns with your values. As we wrap up the end of the year, 2024, I want to share with you a simple but gentle practice to help you let go of and to release whatever's been holding you back so that you can step into the new year feeling much lighter and feeling like you have more clarity to call in all of the wonderful things that you want to create and cultivate in your life for 2025. Let's get into it. The very first step is, rather than finishing the end of year strong, so often we are bombarded this time of year with messages from coaches and content creators and books and ads and messaging telling us to prepare for the new year. And in order to do that, we need to end the year strong and declutter our workspaces, declutter our homes, get rid of things that we no longer need, check off all of these to-dos so that we can step into the new year with a clean slate and the ability to kind of take action and get going and working on our goals and our resolutions from day one, January 1st, the start of the year. But what if, rather than just stepping into the hustle and bustle and checking off all of our to-dos and trying to have all of our ducks in a row so that we're ready to start fresh, and just take a step back and pause and look at everything that's kind of been weighing us down and holding us back, rather than piling on a bunch of new goals, piling on a bunch of new to-dos and checklists and tasks to get us motivated for 2025, what if we just slowed down instead? What if we took out our journals and we thought about all of the things that we don't want to carry with us into the new year? The things that we are ready to let go of because we know that they've been holding us back from aligning deeper with our purpose. They've been holding us back from really being able to call in and create what it is that we want in our lives because they've been weighing us down. So rather than ending the year strong and trying to check everything off of your to-dos or feeling like you're behind because you haven't, set up resolutions or you haven't set your goals, just being okay with taking a breath and simplifying and doing this another way that allows you to just create the space that you need to figure out what's in your way from getting what it is that you want in the new year. There was a quote that I heard recently from Angelina Jolie, which really was the thing that inspired this entire topic for my video. And whether you like her or not, she was being interviewed by somebody, and the interviewer had asked her, "What would you tell somebody who's going through something very painful and very difficult?" And her response was something, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of, "I would just tell them to walk right through it, go right through it, feel all of the pain, feel everything you need to feel, and then walk out the other side." I absolutely love that metaphor because I think so often in childhood or, in our later years, in our formative years, we are often told, or at some point we've received the messaging that our feelings are not okay. It's not safe to feel our feelings other than anything other than joy or happiness. People are uncomfortable with anger. People are uncomfortable with sadness. So a lot of times we just kind of stuff and bury our feelings rather than just sitting with whatever pain it is that we're dealing with, sitting in whatever discomfort that we're dealing with. So this episode is really an invitation to sit with any pain that you're feeling, that maybe you're going through right now. Maybe it's something significant that most of us cannot even fathom or imagine. Maybe it's something a little less significant, but it's something that's bothering you, that is holding you back in your life, whether it's forgiving somebody, whether it's a limiting belief that keeps you from creating the business that you want, whether it's a limiting belief that prevents you from having the income that you desire, whether it's some type of fear that's been with you for many, many years that prevents you from getting in front of the right people to get your message out there so you can be discovered by more of the right people. Or maybe it's not business related at all. Maybe it stops you from getting the love of your life or having a deeper connection with your children. Whatever it is for you, rather than just stuffing away any pain that you're feeling or any unhealed wounds or any limiting beliefs that just keep you from getting what it is that you want, this is an invitation to sit with whatever is coming up for you and to just allow yourself to feel the discomfort, to feel the sadness, to feel the grief, the anger, the resentment, whatever feelings are coming up for you, is to just give yourself the permission and the space to feel whatever it is that you need to feel so that you can move into the next stage of beginning the process of letting go. So obviously, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist. This process that I'm sharing with you is a simple ritual, a letting go ritual that you can do to help as a symbolic way of just gesturing to the universe that you're ready to let these things go so that you can then receive the things that it is that you want in your life. Of course, if you're dealing with something that is very overwhelming for you, that needs more support, then please reach out to a loved one, reach out to a trusted friend or a therapist or somebody that you can lean on and count on to help you work through anything that you're really feeling stuck with. So now I want to share with you the simple letting go ritual. It's a very simple process. You may have another method or modality for helping you to release feelings and to let go. This is what I want to share with you. You will need, what I recommend is maybe a journal or just some loose leaf paper. And it's always helpful, I think, to make this process very intentional. So if you can, maybe light a candle, sit by the fireplace, grab a nice warm beverage, get yourself very comfortable, and just start to write down any of the past resentments, limiting beliefs, unhealed wounds and unhealed pain, whether that's from 40 years ago into childhood, anything that kind of comes up for you. Or if there's something that's very significant that's been really weighing heavily on your heart that you know is the thing that's been really holding you back, write down anything that you can that kind of comes up related to that situation and write it all down on a piece of paper. You can do this by listening to music, you can do this stream of consciousness style, or you can just write in your journal and answer this question. What pain, resentment, or wound are you still holding on to? What still weighs on your heart as you prepare to move into the new year? Any thoughts or ideas that come to you throughout this process is going to be perfectly valid for you. Don't judge what comes up, just simply write whatever ideas come into your journal or onto a loose leaf paper. I should mention that part of this ritual, you will need to have a loose sheet of paper. So if you don't want to rip any pages out of your journal because it might ruin the binding or you're fussy about how your journal looks, then maybe just use a scrap piece of paper as you write down these ideas. The second question to ask yourself is, what bold ideas, beliefs, or habits no longer serve you? What stories have you been telling yourself that are keeping you stuck? The third question, and you may want to pause between questions, what lessons have come up from these experiences? Can you see a glimmer of growth, strength, or clarity that came from this pain? So again, just let the words flow onto the page. Sometimes we don't know what's going to come up, or we don't know really what's holding us back until we just start writing to see what spills out of us. I believe, honestly, that pain can be a catalyst for our growth. It can be a catalyst for allowing us to step in fully to our authentic selves in alignment with the people and the life that we want to have and that we want to live. So I really believe that when all of these things are coming up, or we're having these repeated patterns or these same experiences over and over that are painful or are holding us back in some way, that there is some lesson to learn from these. And there's a glimmer of hope and of purpose and of meaning to come out of these experiences. So once you've taken some time to write down your answers to the 3 questions that I've given you in your journal, the next stage is to just reflect on your answers and start to find some meaning in the pain. Otherwise, pain is just pain. But when we apply meaning or purpose to our pain, then it has a reason. It serves a purpose in our life to help us get to the level that we want to get at. It helps us step into the people that we want to be or the creative life that we want to live. So I really believe that our pain has value and it has meaning if we can find the reason, or at least try to have an understanding of its purpose for showing up in our lives. Is there something that you can learn from it? Is there something that this pain or this limiting belief has taught you? And using that as a way to help you lessen any anger or resentment that you feel, so you can move into acceptance and understanding of why it's there. So now that you've had a chance to really think about what the resentments are, what's holding you back, what some of the limiting beliefs and pain that's getting in your way from helping you really get the life that you want and the business that you want for yourself. And then you've had some time to think about what its purpose is for being there, why it's showing up in your life, and how you can use your pain and your limiting beliefs and your fear, your anxiety, your worries for growth to help you move into the person that you've always wanted to be. The next stage is to have a symbolic ritual to symbolize the letting go process. There are many ways to do this process. The way that I personally like to do it is, once you've written everything on your paper, is to safely burn your list and just watch the smoke as it kind of floats away into the air. Just imagining all of your pain and all of your wounds, all of your limiting beliefs and all of the things holding you back, just kind of evaporating as the smoke dissipate and moves away from you. So it's a really beautiful metaphor to help with the symbolic process of letting go. If for some reason you can't burn your list, it's not safe to do so, maybe you have fire alarms that might go off, or you're worried about burning the list, there are other symbolic methods you could try. For instance, you could take your list and you could submerge it in water in the sink or in a bowl, and you can watch the ink lift away from the paper, symbolizing the process of letting go. Or you may like to rip and shred up your piece of paper and bury it. If somewhere where you can bury it, I live in the Canadian tundra, it's icy cold here right now. You can't get into the earth, but you could bury it in a plant pot if you had one with some soil, or maybe you're in a place where you can still access the earth, and dig yourself a little hole, bury your list of wounds, your resentments, things that you no longer want to carry with you anymore that you know are holding you back. And a beautiful metaphor for this symbolic ritual is to bury your list, and as you kind of form the soil back up after you've buried your list, it's just to imagine that you're burying your list and you're planting seeds. And then just imagining what you want to have flourish and grow and thrive in place of the list that you buried. So pick one of the rituals that kind of calls to you the most. Don't overthink it. There's no right or wrong way. It's just a beautiful way to kind of help symbolize this process and to really help transform your pain into something new by holding that visualization of your pain lifting away from you, or dissipating into the air, or growing from seeds from the earth. So take a moment and think about what symbolic ritual kind of resonates with you. If you can do it now, do it now. If you need to schedule it for later this evening or another time, make sure you do it, and make sure you honor yourself. You've taken the time to write the list. You've taken the time to put all of your grievances on paper, things that you don't want to carry forward. And the final stage is now to symbolically let it go. I also want to note here that letting go of this pain and releasing it and doing this process doesn't mean that whatever happened to you, or whatever you went through, or whatever experience you had, if it was something that was done to you, it's not diminishing that experience or saying whatever happened is okay. This is a process to help give yourself the permission to say, I know this thing happened to me. I know I carry this pain. Now I'm giving myself the permission and allowing myself to move forward. I'm not allowing this pain to hold me back anymore. So the next stage in this process is to move forward into 2025 with a clear set of intentions for what you want to call into your life and into your business for the new year. Now that you've had some time to think about what you want to let go of, this is a really great time to just reflect on, what do you want to call into your life for the new year? What new opportunities would you like to see? What would you like to see differently? What new habits would you like to create to help you get to wherever it is that you want to go, whatever you want your life and business to look like as you move forward? Now that you've had a chance to let go, what do you want to make space for in 2025? Love, freedom, creativity, a better connection with your audience, deeper connections with your friends, your family, your children, a sustainable income that supports your lifestyle, What would you like to create and call into your life for 2025? Set gentle intentions that align with what it is that you want versus focusing on lofty resolutions and goals that are only going to overwhelm you and be hard to sustain for the long term. You are not your pain. You are so much more than whatever has been holding you back all of these years. Just remember that as you release all of the things that you don't want to carry forward, you're making space for lightness and for clarity and for new beginnings and opportunities to come your way. Have you done a ritual like this before? If you have, I want to hear what ritual you've done for the process of letting go to symbolize letting go. Let us know in the comments if you've ever done a ritual like this before, or if you have tried this ritual that I suggested in this video, how did it go? What did you notice as you went through this process? Please share with us. I would love to hear what's come up for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more slow, intentional, creative life and business content, please subscribe to this channel. And if you would like tips and suggestions for a marketing plan that honors your energy and your values for 2025, click the next video to keep watching. Thank you so much for being here. See you next week.